HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is.
Wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in this thing, love with it. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. Make your lady back up in this, hop up in the six, and you should ignore these rappers, man. They say anything. Call me Susie Piggy Bank. I got plenty change. She rep HBK over everything. Married to the game with the wedding rag. Everybody try to duplicate. We just innovate. Young and making plenty cake. Get my straight. I'm a heartbreak vet. All we need is somebody.
Hello. Thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Craig Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. The Knicks here to defend home court, playing host to the Western Conference. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Sacramento, Rudy Gay is up there with Cauley-Stein. And there's Collison. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo in at the two guard.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you've come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play, transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
Here's Cousins. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Baseline jumper. Anthony's shot is off. Kings have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Gay right side. Out to the right wing. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. 6 to shoot. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
And what a pickup to get a guy like Carl Gregg on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Karl.
As did his son Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It was a family affair.
Pass to Cauley-Stein. Anthony again. Gay. He kicks to Cauley-Stein. Feeds it to Cousins. Gay outside. 5 on the clock. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul. Sacramento on defense. They lead by 4. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3. Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. And you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it, Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and has been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm break on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
Anthony's shot is off.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
And finished off by Gay.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Outside Collison. There's 1:47 left to play in the first quarter. To the left wing. Gay with no one around. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Kings.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint. And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Sacramento with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. The drive by Gay. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Cousins. Lopez with the steal.
Well, that was really a gift there. A nice steal, but probably a pass that shouldn't have been made in the first place. They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Collison kicks to Cousins. Clock at 6. In the corner, Collison with it. And Anthony sends it back. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. And the Kings making a change here. McLemore is checked in. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the first. Collison, no good. Knicks trailed by 5. A follow the pass to Porzingis. That misses off the backboard.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's Lopez. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And all right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And for the Kings, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
They've got a follow. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then it's Anthony, and it's Galloway in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent him, GA, from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Kings.
Boy, for the Knicks last season, saying it was rough is an understatement. There was a lot of turbulence, and some of it was due to their defense. They just had a difficult time stringing together stops and cutting down opponent scoring chances.
Now here's Collison. Gay in the corner. There's the dish to Cousins. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. That's going to send Robin Lopez to the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein. It's Gay with the drive. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for New York. Aflalo with him. He's picked up by Rondo. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. And Anthony sends it back. They recover it. To the inside. Stolen by O'Quinn. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Anthony leading the charge. The Kings leading.
Hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career. And I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
Here's Cauley-Stein. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. For Carmelo, the numbers are there for him to be treated as a Tier 1 star still, I think, Clark, but it's hard to call him underrated.
Yeah, I think he'll be underrated until he's able to get to the championship round or maybe even win a ring. There's one thing that's clear, though. He's been under a lot of pressure since he's come into the league, and he hasn't been underrated in that regard.
Here's Cauley-Stein. Buries it from about 10 feet away. And the Kings lead by 2. O'Quinn dishes to Carmelo.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful chance.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Gay drives in. 5 to shoot. To the wing right side. Collison, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Where's Amundsen? He's checked in for Porzingis. Derek Williams comes in for Anthony. Thomas checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. Butler with the steal. One-on-one here. Sacramento again missing. The Knicks have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. And he makes the first. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. Ashamed to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
It's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
I mean, just beautiful.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Here's O'Quinn, and so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And so O'Quinn nails both of them.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Stolen by O'Quinn. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Knicks out front. They're up by 5. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Rudy Gay having a dominant impact in this game.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Well, what a great game for Gay. He's got 13 points and the 2 nice steals as well. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
And Clark, he's made a huge impact at both ends of the floor.
On the floor for Sacramento, Cauley-Stein is out there with Rudy Gay. That's Rajon Rondo. And there's Collison. And it's Cousins in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Now here's Gay. 13 points in the game. At the top of the key, Rondo. To the middle. And Cousins throws it down.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why. I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that. And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and there'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
Anthony's shot is off.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half. And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Now here's Gay. 15 points in the game.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Guys, they didn't waste that fast break opportunity. Good aggressive pass to get his teammate to the rim. I love it.
Clark, third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
Yeah, it's really been a bit of a tug of war. Back and forth we go.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Gay drives in. He dishes it to Cauley-Stein. Poked loose and stolen by a follow. Gay with the block. Rondo kicks to Cousins. It's stolen by Anthony. Here's Galloway. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 5 assists in the game.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that set.
Rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Timeout called by the Kings. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
And it's the Kings with the ball, trailing by 5. Right side, Rondo. Now here's McLemore. He's tightly guarded.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined. You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Timeout called by the Kings. Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point. But Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark with the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
And the jam by Derek Williams.
And that's the classic 1-2-3.
Oh! Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
I think that's the perfect time to do it, Greg. I mean, those few seconds after the turnover, strike right away because the defense had... Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, it did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
Sacramento shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Dishes to O'Quinn. Inside. Here's Almanson. Swiped away. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a...
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Knicks lead by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. They've got Porzingis. He's out there with Robin Lopez. Anthony out there with Aflalo. And it's Galloway in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Porzingis passes to Lopez. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for New York. Cauley-Stein dishes to Collison. And Cousins kicks to Cauley-Stein. And Anthony sends it back. Carmelo throws it down.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, it's the love to go up and jam like that.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Knicks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
The Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older. More and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what George Karl was saying to the team. He warned his team to get back in transition defense, saying they're giving up way too many fast break buckets, and he wants an end to it. He said, hey, let's slow the tempo and make them take some tough shots. A sound defensive strategy, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
Passes it to Collison. And here again, the Knicks in transition. Up the court they go. For the finish. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
The drive by Anthony. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. Cousins with it. Now guarded by Aflalo. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Excellent game we've seen from DeMarcus Cousins. 22 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
Those were critical foul shots because we're at the point now where they can't be missing any of those.
And Lopez throws it down.
Certainly that shot well within his range.
I would hope so.
And especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
Here's Cauley-Stein. Can't get it to go. And New York will come the other way. All going up court.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him, but again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
And stolen by Cauley-Stein. And stolen by Aflalo. Jacks up a 3. Anthony can't hit. The Kings trail by 8. Here's Gay. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. 19 points for Gay.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Down low. Taken away by Anthony. On up the court.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.